our arguments are so good here that they have to bust out everything, right? So Dream gets to learn, or rather, Kira gets to learn so much from watching this. He really does.
Yeah, that's very true. Oh, Reaper snipe here and actually can harass these Marines. I guess even gets one knocked forward. Not going to work out. With still a little bit of damage done. A small victory here for Dream. It does have his Marine set to encounter this Reaper and kill it. It will scout that everything is normal, basically. He doesn't, however, confirm that there's double eBays on the way. So that's one piece of information that TY is missing. And I think it's the most important thing that he is missing, you know?
Yeah, that's it is definitely important to know how many eBays. When you go 3 bases, 2 engineering bays is generally going to be, you know, the right choice to go for because you have so much economy. It's like, well, I mean, why wouldn't you be getting this? But right now we do have those upgrades going for Dream. His approach looking a little bit more macro-oriented right now. 4 supply depots on the way here for TY.
Yeah, hitting a bit of a wall there with that macro, but when I look at what Dream is doing right now, it speaks to me that he wants to do a lot of tank marine fights because those upgrades are going to amplify. With this, the meta where we are in TVT is almost like old Wings of Liberty, except tanks can fly. So it's just pure tank marine. So when you have a whole 2 sets of upgrades ahead of your opponent, when it's like 50 Marines versus 50 Marines, that upgrade advantage gets amplified 50 times, and it's one of the fastest attack speed units in the game. So it's really important to have that lead. It means you can take a fight earlier. Even if it's a bad fight, you might get a good trade because of your upgrades alone.
You're so right, Wolf. And like, especially in a situation like this where they're both being greedy, the person who's a little bit more greedy gets way ahead, and that's Dream right here. You know, it's like an important concept in StarCraft. If you go way too greedy, you die. If you go a little bit more greedy than your opponent, you win. And that's not to say that he's like already won this game or something, but what you're saying is true. The 2 eBays are up for TY. They did finish just a little bit ago, but he hasn't even started the upgrades.
Now the greed factor here, it's, you know, this is why TY is attacking. He knows that it's been a riskier build, and he knows he went for a more aggressive strategy to go for this tank push. But the defender's advantage you were talking about holds true here. And even though he accidentally had like 2 Marines or whatever's in that medevac, he couldn't lift his tank immediately. He still saves the first tank and gets ahead. As a result, holds this, and his 1-1 and his stim are done. And any fight that these 2 players take with Marine tanks for the next few minutes until TY gets his own, it's going to be in Dream's favor.
Yeah, and let's not forget, I'm sure that Dream will get 2-2 going, and there it is, like instantly going. So he is going to be ahead on upgrades time and time again. There will be small periods where they're even, but you know, that's going to take a bit. Now, the one thing we definitely can say is that TY is grabbing that second factory, and that is another super important thing. It's kind of like the upgrades, because if you just have more siege tanks, suddenly the upgrades don't mean quite as much.
Yeah, when your Marines can't even get to your opponent's Marines to fight because the tanks blow you up too fast, then obviously that's more significant.
Siege tanks smudge all the math.
And +1 for tanks is not as significant as having a significant larger tank army. So the fact that we do see him getting that is important. But it's very even because this map is so big and these players can't really attack into each other. These small advantages that both players have may not even change a fight if we don't have a fight, right? By the time we fight, if it's a late game and they've already evened up the upgrades, it won't matter. But for the time being, it does matter. I think TY just barely got a glimpse of this drop. And yeah, he does. He's moving into position.
I love, by the way, the speed with which TY takes these sensor towers. That's actually, like, it kind of speaks to, you know, his confidence in the match. He's like, okay, if I see you coming, you know, I don't take any damage. You know, he was later on the upgrades as well, tried to have a lot of units out early. A lot of things about TY's play speaks to me saying that he thinks he's better than Dream. And, you know, let's not forget that earlier on in the tournament, he was saying that TVT by far was his best matchup. Now, that is maybe a month and a half ago that he was saying that. You know, obviously a lot could have changed.
Yeah.
But just something to keep in mind.
2-2's nearly finished here, and Dream going to save this medevac. Thought he was going to lose it there for a second. But he's looking for a fight. He's looking for drop damage. If he drops and just a few Marines are there to defend, he's going to win that exchange. So he's looking for something here with this upgrade lead, but he's not going to find it. And it looks like he's just going to back off here. Having these tanks here will push this back. There's no way you can fight this without your own. 2 drops, though. Going to get scouted by the center tower, but it will force TY to leave some units at home.
He's going to have to be careful about that. I do like this little bit of harassment that's going on. If you have more Vikings, this is pretty safe overall. Now, we do have that drop coming in. In fact, double drops coming in. Very nice moves here by Dream. And TY absolutely not ready despite these sensor towers microing his own attack at his opponent's base.
And watch this main base fight, you know, even though he has the better upgrades, there's a tank here. But look, it's third set of drops now. It's the second one, you know, coming in now to the natural is going to trade better with these Marines on the ground, going to kill a lot of SCVs. Look at this, the upgrade advantage.
Wow.
It really shows here.
It truly, truly does. That was a lot of damage. 24 SCVs done. These 2 siege tanks and 3 Vikings did not get anything close to that accomplished.
And I think actually if he's flanks with Marines, he could just kill this. It's only 2 siege tanks. He's being a bit cautious here, and he was also microing his drop. Looks like they will potentially escape here. Yeah, there's a scan. He's like, oh, I gotta get out of here. There's the chase.
24 SCVs killed. Though. Look at this economy right now. 72 SCVs to 50 now.
72 maybe getting a bit
still,
much.
Yeah. It's like when we start hitting max supply, it's kind of funny because we're so close to it that TY will actually have a stronger army because of losing the SCVs, but if it becomes a long, drawn-out game, those extra SCVs count a lot.
Yeah, they give you
Dream.
They build a bank for you, which means that when you lose your expensive tanks and you have an even fight in the middle of the map, you can remake them easier. Oh, this is an aggressive move here. This is the reason. This is kind of highlighting further why I think Dream will take this series, because he knows when to take these fights, he knows when to chase these tanks.
Okay.
And just to kind of further that point earlier.
Well, you know, one thing, it's funny because exactly what we just saw there as well is why I think TY will win, because he's up here against Dream, who has kind of like a better economy, everything, with 2 siege tanks just kind of like having map presence, having map control. Nice little drop here in the back. Looks like he'll get a little bit of damage done.
Yeah, it's funny that one medic has 1 health left, but he didn't realize it, so he doesn't actually react quickly. Ooh, a really nice position here for TY. He's going to force a cast on his base. And now this army, he can engage into it. They're even on upgrades this time, too. Dream is just going to have to let this base go and remake another one. And TY already has his 4th.
And look, Dream had the advantage early on. Okay, he got the quicker upgrades. TY's quicker factory was not that much quicker. It was like 1 siege tank production quicker, so it didn't really make that big of a difference. Dream got a little bit of damage done, but here we have TY on his 4th base, despite losing all those SCVs. Now his economy is actually going to be much stronger. And canceling the 4th command center of Dream, all of this is TY having better maneuvering, keeping 2 siege tanks out front, knowing where Dream's army is at all times, moving in on a flank that Dream's not ready for. This is TY using his strengths to beat Dream.
I feel like where we're at right now is definitely TY territory. Maybe Dream takes a better fight if he catches TY off guard like this. He's going to go for it.
Oh, he's got to be careful here. He's got to boost out with these medevacs if he can. Does stem some of these Marines to kind of hold everything back so he can get away with his siege tanks, because that is the most important part.
That was so well disengaged there by TY. Yeah. Dream is about to hit +3, so if they had fought there as this +3 weapons finishes, it would have been horrible. So that was a really nice disengage. Let's see if Dream can find a hit here. He's actually going to get denied by the better positioning here of TY. He can't accomplish what TY just did to him. And look, he's out-rotated here.
Move. Look at this move right here by TY. This is why this guy is the best Terran in the world. This multitasking is fantastic. Complete understanding of what Dream has and where it is. We've seen this non-stop from him, but right now Dream trying to make a very strong move here.
This turret's going to make it a lot tougher. He drops half his siege tanks on the low ground as well. He can't control the ramp, which means Dream will get all of his Marines up here and get a concave on top of these tanks, and he will push it away.
Wow. Just fantastically done here by TY. Denying the aggression, denying the 4th base once again. Luckily, Dream went for a 4th and a 5th at the same time, so one of them will get up.
14 tanks to 3 now.
Yeah.
What Dream lost to accomplish basically an even trade in overall supply was his entire expensive, hard-to-replace army. You can only make 2 of those at a time, whereas you can make 9 to 14 Marines, and how many barracks you have at a time otherwise. So when you lose those tanks, it's not worth trading them for Marines, which is basically what happened there. And he ended up losing all of them. He couldn't escape. And TY has the tank army he can fight with now. Again, no matter how many Marines you have, the tanks are vastly superior in these fights.
They really are. Now he's a little bit light on medevacs, so he can't really carry them all. He can actually carry about the same amount as Dream can, which is kind of funny. But actually, Dream does have a double medevac drop up at the top right now. So looks like he wants to get a little bit of counter damage done.
Yep, and he's going to kill. Well, this base gets killed again, or canceled even.
Dream needs to build that command center somewhere else, okay? That's like the 3rd or 4th time.
Yep, he at least has his 4th base in the middle up, but also another base for TY. A big commitment to another double drop here. There is a tank and several Marines who's going to defend it, and he's going to find more damage here now at the 3rd base.
A lot of tanks sieging up here, but we do have Dream get out of the way. Kind of microing around this army and getting a little bit of damage done with that double drop.
Yeah, that double drop is just not ever dealt with here. Now he's going to get a bad trade versus these 2 tanks, but he's going to set up his own tanks here. He might actually be able to get into position to stop the production, and that often is how you win in late game TVT, is just getting on top of the production, camping it, and stopping siege tanks and Marines from coming out.
You know what? That double drop really kind of screwed up TY's mindset here. The whole army of Dream running around, and now he's got a great position. This is a fantastic move that has definitely given him a shot at winning this game.
He's trying to cut the throat here of TY by killing all of these production facilities. SCVs are going down as well. Not the best control here from TY, or rather from Dream, I have to say, and won't be able to hold on to this position. He doesn't have enough Marines with this army. But he definitely got the better exchange out of this one, I'd say, because so much production was lost. Ooh, could he get intercepted here? Marines are coming. He's not paying attention.
Oh, this is huge. Picking off all the siege tanks as well as 3 medevacs, it looked like.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now how can he potentially ever take a fight? He's going to have to just try to avoid fighting TY because his army is half the size.
TY is in a great spot. That was a very nice move by Dream when he tried to run around, but at the end of the day, TY just showing like a superior understanding of where to move and when to move.
I mean, he has 18 tanks to 1. I can't say anything else. This game is over. TY wins it. There you go, GG. TY takes game number 1. And that very important momentum.
Yes. Yes, indeed. And that's the thing, like, if we get past the early game, it's very hard to beat TY because he's smarter than all the other Terrans. So, you know, to be fair, I would say Maru is very smart as well. I don't want to, like, necessarily say that TY is smarter, but I kind of get the feeling that he is. Maru is a cross between TY and Dream, perhaps.
Yeah, and when we go down to individual league results, like Star League results, Maru's been out for a long time, and best of ones don't tell you as big of a story as these more extended series, right? So we don't know where Maru's at Star League wise yet until we go into like the summer season and we have new qualifiers and stuff. Because when you play a best of 1, you can put all your energy into it. Maru had like wrist problems for a while, maybe was getting a bit fatigued. But focusing back in on this matchup, we're going into Orbital Shipyard. Biggest map here. It's TY's map pick, and for good reason. Dream, his style is to get ahead early, take early fights, and just overwhelm off of maybe 2-3 bases. But yeah, TY's looking for late game, and we're going to late game on this map almost certainly.
Yeah, I would say you're probably very right about that. Could see, I guess, some early aggression with siege tanks and medevacs and Marines and stuff, but, you know, Defender's advantage is real, and that's giving TY the edge against this guy, I think, man.
Definitely true. The map, everyone's in it and loaded. And the observer just waiting for the ready for these 2 players. It was a pretty long, tough first game at TVT. In the meta right now, a very fatiguing matchup. It's not easy to play a late game. You're going to be dropping, defending, always going to be on top of your siege tanks and your medevacs, or you lose, like Dream did in the previous game. He was behind, but I mean, that was the last nail in the coffin, losing all those tanks and medevacs.
Yeah, it was really, really a tough one there. You want to change your bet on who's going to win, or you still thinking Dream can pull this back?
Talk to me after game 2. Let's see if Dream can do something here. I know it's not his map, but if he can pull off something here, I'll stick with him. But if TY wins this one, we're going to have to change it.
Yeah, well, I mean, 2-0 is pretty convincing.
All right, guys, let's go into Orbital Shipyard. A big map, TY's map choice for set number 2.
The top right in the blue, getting smashed in that last game.
SK Telecom T1 Dream.
Let's not forget, he had the advantage in the early game. Just kind of got outmaneuvered there.
Yeah.
Kept trying to make his command center too far out, I guess.
Definitely out-rotated for sure.
Yeah.
His opponent to the bottom in red, though. It is
KT All-Star TY.
not the most flattering picture of TY we've ever seen. Hide! Camera's on you! Don't ever be embarrassed to be in the GSL. Oh my god. Double barracks, Artosis.
Oh, wow. Look at this.
This is not like what we saw in TVT in the Pro League the other day. This is going to be, I think, Double Reaper for sure. It's not going to be Marauders. Unless, as I was predicting, this might be like a hot build on the ladder or something. I think this is, going to be Reapers. Looks like a Scout coming out here for Dream as well, but he's not going to see the barracks. He's just going to take As the Crow Flies straight to the base of TY.
And, when he gets there, at least he's scouted early enough that he should be able to put 2 and 2 together and know that there are proxy barracks. And you don't see a barracks there, you see the gas mining, you look at how much gas has gone. Okay, I think that, he can figure this out. But can he hold it is the question.
Well, he's going to have half their production, obviously, and he's never going to be able to have a second barracks up in time to hold this. He can start working on one. He starts his CC regardless. He needs a bunker. The question is, where does he put it? Like, where does he put the bunker? Like, next to his main mineral line, I guess? Like, nearby?
There's a lot of jump in space. This is a very tough one. Near the barracks is going to be the easier place to hold on to. So I think he's got to kind of zone with his Reapers over on this side where we actually see that Reaper jumping up. But
he's pulled back. He doesn't realize what he's up against. The Reaper arrives way faster than he expected. And even though he scouted, I don't think he reacted to what he saw. He just started a CC and didn't set up a bunker or anything. Starting a factory now and a Marine. And
well, I mean, if he has the Reaper plus Marine on high ground and the Reapers jump up exactly where they are, he gets some good damage in. So I like this. He has some SCVs with it. That's exactly how you have to do something like this.
You can't fight without the SCVs. You're just going to get outgunned every time.
Now, let's not forget, he actually is getting quicker tech, and he has the quicker CC, so he can lose some SCVs and still be okay here.
Oh, good grenade and good target on that Reaper. And look at this, going to kill another Marine. And these Reapers are going to regen.
Dude, that was a big mistake. Oh, my God, it lived. Anyways, TY keeping this many Reapers alive. This is, like, really amazingly done. Look at that. Even brings up this very deep red one.
This is
It's
huge.
snowballed. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the Hellion is just going to get targeted down as well. He's going to be solo with one Marine helping out.
That micro was very, very good here, and the amount of damage done is actually too much at this point.
Yeah. And now he's going to kill the Hellion, and you can just kite the Marines. GG. TY. He chose an excellent build. It goes back to his strategic prowess you were talking about it before. Everyone in the world, like 99.99% of people thinking it's going to be a long map game for TY. This is his style. This is his map.
Yeah.
And that's the map he does the two racks proxy Reaper. And no bunker, no reaction from Team. He was just like, no, I just keep the USBs at the top. He's probably just going to realize I scouted it and not commit. But no, he commits and it's snowball, as you said.
Yeah. It's hard to even describe exactly what TY is because he is so intelligent with basically everything now in Legacy of the Void. He's really leveled up in such a dramatic way. I wouldn't even really bulk to call him a Nesty type of player where you just look at him and you're like, no, he's just smarter than everyone. He just totally gets what he's supposed to do, totally understands how to outmaneuver you and outthink you in a series. And Dream is not coming back, my friend. I'm sorry.
It doesn't look that way.
It's not going to happen.
And, if I'm allowed to change my vote, I guess I will here. After those first two games, I can't be a Dream
We,
supporter.
the followers of TY, accept you and your apology, Wolf.
Okay, I'm sorry, everybody.
All right.
But, Dream, it's going to take a miracle for him to come back here. He didn't come back versus Maru in the finals when he was down like this, and I don't see it happening in this best of 5 either.
Me either. He's a great player. He doesn't beat the best players yet. Let's go ahead and jump to a quick commercial break. When we come back, TY against Dream, game number 3.
Find yourself against the wall. One more time before the fall. There's no way to pretend. The sun will rise and the sun will set. And nothing's changed, so you walk for it. Can't make it all alone. This is your last chance. Why don't you take it? Nothing can stop me. Gonna fight and I won't retreat. Still awake, don't ever sleep. Can't stop this time that's in front of me. Nothing can stop me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's make it hot. This is the
에너지 음료 핫식스는 GSL과 함께합니다.
제가 좋아하는 스타일이셔가지고 얼굴이 너무 빨개져가지고 좀 창피했어요.
No, without him by my side, I'm just fine.
너무 미인이셔.
Complete until the day we finally meet, until the day that he'll be mine.
앞으로 이제 알아가면서 채우도록 하겠습니다.
Walking down the street, tell him that I'm on my way. And though it might sound crazy,
다시 한번 보고 싶은 사람, 짧은 시간이었지만 다시 한번 보고 싶은 생각이 많이 드네요.
언제나 있는 그대로의 맑고 깨끗함을 지켜가라고. 겨울을 잊은 강물이 내게 말했다. 맑고 깨끗한 칠성 사이다.
BT의 몸을 맡겨라.
새로운 영웅은 언제나 환영이야.
오버워치 5월 24일 출시. 예약 구매로 누구보다 빠르게 친구와 오픈 베타에 접속하세요.
거기 당신 내 이야기 들어볼래? 아주 오래된 얘기를 해줄게. 깊이 잠들었던 아기 비명을 지르며 저 어둠 속에서 자라나고 있지. 고대 신의 속삭임이.
you better get ready, 'cause I got news for you. Girl, I'm not wasting time. Love me rock steady, is all you have to do. But you keep on crossing the line. I don't need to tell you about the things you've done, 'cause you know I can't take anymore.
too crazy, what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she said, you can take a break.
Hot 6 GSL Season 1 CodeS. 압도적인 힘으로
Welcome back to the GSL CodeS. Right now we have TY crushing through Dream so far, up 2-0.
Yeah, Dream's not looking good there either in that camera shot. There it is again.
Yeah,
he looks pretty down on his luck here. What do you say to a guy like this too? And he got outplayed in a macro game and then got cheesed in the second game. It's like he lost in both facets. Now we're going into another large map, Ruins of Ceres. It is his map pick.
Okay.
So that he's got going for him.
Look, I think that, you know, last game he has to wipe off the slate. Sometimes you're just going to die to 2 Proxy Rex Reaper. It is going to happen occasionally. The thing is, he scouted quick enough that maybe there was... the thing is, I felt like he did the right thing. Like, even throwing down the command center, I'm like, yeah, I think he had to do that. He had to get a little bit lucky with the control, catching the Reapers, but...
I would have liked to see a bunker, but, I mean, he felt comfortable, right? He's the pro gamer here, not me, but he died regardless. I think some of the grenades that were really nice for TY to secure those kills. He also saved that one Reaper with 2 health. All those things added up, but this could be the last match of the night here on Ruins of Ceres.
Could be a fast one, I tell you. It's not that late yet, but TY is lining up for that victory. Looks like we do have that game loaded, Wolf.
That we do. Let's jump into it right now, guys. Game number 3, Dream. Can he come back, or is TY going to close it out?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In the bottom or top right, I always do that. I always make my buildings the wrong place in this map. It is our blue Terran.
SK Telecom T1.
Something about the way the ramp goes is like above on that. Like the way the ramp goes and the minerals are, I always think I'm in like the other spot on this map every time.
I do the same exact thing. Artosis. His opponent here.
KT Rolster, TY.
Oh, I actually do it all the time when I cast this map as well.
Yeah.
I'm like top left. Nope.
Dude, I always put my pylon and gateway on the wrong side. They do nothing against the Reaper. They're just they're in some weird spot. My core suddenly, you know, easy to kill with a drop. I'm like, oh god. Anyways.
We're cross spawns here, so looking for a macro game. It looks like most likely a longer, more old school TVT like chess type game with the rotations that we saw from TY in the first game. That kind of move is going to be very powerful here.
Well, Dream didn't do like poorly. TY just kind of outdid him.
Yeah, and he outdid him when it mattered most.
Yeah. This map is really, really big, so the thing is Dream did have some great moves, some great drops that did some damage, and that one time where he moved around TY's army and TY was kind of distracted, didn't counterattack quick enough or defend quick enough there, which kind of allowed Dream a chance. You know, things like that are going to be even more likely on this map because it is so big and it is, you know, there's so much area to actually maneuver around your opponent.
Yeah, I feel like in that attack too, he could have, if he controlled a little bit better and was a little bit more like reflexive on that, because he was defending at the same time, he could have done so much more. But yeah, there's definitely some real big strengths in Dream's play on game number 1. This SCV scout will see the spawning location, die to a Reaper. Still important information to have. And back at home, gonna go ahead and grab that reactor. Everything's pretty normal here for these two. A faster second gas coming up for TY though.
Yes, indeed.
And he's not getting his reactor immediately.
Now, does this... I wonder if Dream is actually just going to go for a much faster third command center. If so, that's going to make this a lot more interesting, I think, than the other two games.
Looks like it. Look at that SCV placement. That's for a CC.
Yeah,
There you go.
I like it. Okay, so these two builds that we're seeing, it's like a 2-base versus a 2-base tech against a quick third command center. These line up really interestingly. TY is going to have a window where he can possibly get good damage done. I actually do like this build for this map for TY, but if Dream plays it right, he definitely can stay safe.
Yeah, and I mean, let's look at what Dream is doing to like get information right now. He's not really doing much, but he can always drop a scan a little bit later. He's getting a starport. He can find out what is coming across the map soon. The fact that he knows that they're cross spawns in general is enough information for him to know, okay, I'm probably going to be safe here. It's definitely going to be harder for him to commit to an attack. And I think that is the reason why he made this choice. It was made right after his SCV died to the Reaper. He's like, okay, I know where you are now.
Yeah.
Now I can do this. I'm comfortable with this.
Yeah.
Make a siege tank for safety as well.
Like, imagine if TY was, like, bottom right. Suddenly this build becomes a lot more risky, right? Because he just has such a straight attack route. It's a lot closer by land.
And by
Definitely
air as
pressure.
well. You know, drop play can be quite powerful.
But TY here, going to go ahead and get his own third command center. Not quite as quickly as Dream, but that's okay because he kind of has initiative, I guess we could call it, because he did tech up a little bit further. He has more things that have come out of his starport. In fact, getting Cloak Banshee here after this Dream. After this this medevac.
And very careful positioning on the medevac as well. It was right outside of the range of the watchtower. He was never going to be seen. There are a few units here as well as a Viking because Dream knows that he doesn't know exactly what he's up against. He can be super safe. He even has a siege tank here in case there was a push at the front. And so he will shut this initial attack down, I feel, unless there's a lucky Widowmine shot.
Yeah, I don't expect this to really do a lot of damage, but you know what? He's going to try for it anyways. Does drop that Widowmine, and wow, he actually does not quite micro right against that. A little bit slow on the reaction.
Oh.
He's getting a lot more damage than he should.
Widowmine cancel there was perfect. He kills the Viking so he can escape with this. So 6 SCVs. That was a godlike amount of damage considering the situation. Should have never happened.
It's not just 6 SCVs either. It's 6 SCVs. It's going to be a scan, and it was a Viking as well. This is a huge amount of damage for TY. He has a... This is awesome for him.
And guess what? With no Viking, he's going into medevacs, and that means the follow-up attack with the Banshee is going to be really powerful. Yeah, so what? Solving mistake he made there with the medevac. It was worth it. He even kills another Marine here. 2 more Marines. Cloak finishes perfectly lining up with this. There's no detection, and he just used the scan for this. So guess what? One less scan for the Cloak Banshee. He's following up with a ground attack as well. So he could kill Marines, tanks, or SCVs here. Anything he kills is a huge plus. It makes his follow-up attack so much stronger. This is the first turret.
No turrets ready. This is just crazy. A lot of damage coming out of this Banshee right now. I mean, TY is already running away with this game.
Yeah.
Look at this SCV count. And Dream got 3 command centers faster than TY did. And TY also has more tech. The one thing that Dream is leading in is upgrades, once again, like Game 1.
Yeah. But it won't matter if he can't survive to use them.
Certainly not.
Okay, here comes that second Banshee. He can actually target the siege tank down with this if he wants to. He's killing Marines. Now he's switched targets here to make sure that he can actually make this push work. And I love this choice. There's a scan. But look, he's just going to bait these Marines back in the siege tank.
What does that scan even do? Like, he's really falling apart at this point. Scanning on that Banshee when he has 4 Marines as if he can kill it. I mean, if the Banshee just runs back, you don't kill it. If the Banshee barely needs to run back anyways against 4 Marines.
Yeah, he just runs a little bit further back. These 2 Marines are going to die a bit sloppy there by Dream. But look at this. I mean, this is game-ending damage.
Yeah.
It's way too much. Okay,
let's not forget, TY did make a 3rd command center. He's actually mining from it right now at his 3rd base.
He's going to try to break this. It's never going to be efficient. I like that TY actually leaves that tank in tank mode because the transformation time alone would have definitely cost him. But look at this. Now up 20 supply, up 20 workers, essentially, here. The army supply is basically the same. The only upgrade, the only advantage is the upgrades. Which
and the one other thing is that we have 4 medevacs. So you can't underestimate that as well, but absolutely you have to give a big advantage here to TY. Dream has to get something done yesterday.
Yeah. And this is not losing all of his gas SCVs. He's going to use a medevac to come over here and try to save this. Loses a depot, which will actually supply block him. He'll at least get this Banshee with the scan. And now he has his 1-1 upgrades. He can't deal with this Banshee without a Viking. It's almost out, but it's not quite ready yet.
Now, Starport build time for TY is actually going into Vikings right now, which is kind of cool and interesting. I think he's going to use that to try to like fend off any incoming attacks, because that's what's going to be scary. But don't forget, without Medivacs, he is making some now, but he doesn't have many, so it's hard to move his tanks around, and there's a lot of surface area that you have to defend here between the third base and the main.
Yeah, and it is quite wide.
So that's where Dream has a chance at maybe getting some counter damage done, and he has to go right now.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to find anything here. There's already 2 Vikings out for TY, so if he commits to a drop and, you know, TY just responds even kind of slowly, like he'll still be able to kill it and prevent its retreat. He has a sensor tower up. Like, TY knows that his only weakness is this kind of drop play, so he has every answer already set up before it even gets there.
Yeah. And he's out kind of looking for it right now. Those 2 Medivacs are flying around for the time being. Of course, as you said, he has that watchtower.
He has a watchtower, he has a sensor tower, everything is known.
He has a missile tower.
Yeah.
Or turret, I mean, whatever you want to call it.
And here we go. Now he's just going to surround this drop, and he's going to be able to kill it here with the Vikings. The boost will allow him to escape for now, but I mean, not even a scratch.
Pushing it back, taking a 4th base during all of this as well. He's caught up in the upgrades. The amount that TY has outplayed Dream here is quite substantial indeed.
Yeah, you know, I almost feel bad for predicting Dream here with how
Don't feel bad. I mean, your reasons were really quite good. I mean, this is actually, I really did expect for just basically the games to go long and TY to win, because he's just like outmaneuvers people and is smarter. Because that's like defender's advantage really helps with that, and TY is good in this matchup. But I did not expect it to look like this, Wolf. Not at all.
Yeah,
like
this is dominance.
I thought that this would be a very nice series, maybe a 3-1 for TY. But this has so far been like quite one-sided.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so don't feel bad.
The upgrades,
it was a fine prediction.
The upgrades here are TY's caught up in that. That was one of the only other things he was missing in the direct comparison between these two. He's just going to do this 2 Viking, 2 tank pushing in. Last time he had 3 Vikings, but he's going to find damage with it. And as long as he doesn't overextend, he should be fine. He's going to kill some Marines, so just gets further ahead. Now he's 50 supply up. Okay, going to lose his Vikings. Maybe overextended a little bit, but controls the watchtower still.
And I think that's actually the main piece here, is that he is controlling, like, well, not necessarily only the watchtower, but the fact that he's out on the map with flying siege tanks, he is, like, keeping Dream, you know, in.
Yeah, look at the minimap. He dropped 2 Marines to the north out of those 2 drops just to see he could spot anything that might spot him. He has a line of vision, a wave coming across the map. And yeah, even losing 1 or 2 siege tanks here, it's kind of painful, but it's worth it for what he controls.
Yeah.
And this drop will get shut down here. And he actually didn't target the CC. Had he done that, that would have been a huge win. But
yeah,
I can't believe Dream actually sneaks by in the middle of the map. That drop gets shut down, but he sneaks by here. That's one small thing he can do. Maybe miss those medevacs, but scans. He's going to look for some SCV damage here.
All right. Looks like he definitely can get a little bit. TY is starting to pull these SCVs. Has plenty of units here, though, to get rid of that. Oh, my God. Oh, targeting down as many siege tanks as he can. Some of these not flying, so thus cannot get away.
Oh, look at this move command on these Marines as well. He finds these siege tanks, but still, this is a much better fight for TY. Maybe the last fight of this game. Looks like game 1 here. And that's going to be all she wrote. Picks up the last of those tanks to try to run them away, but there's no coming back here. Look at that, a second army.
Well, you know, TY crushing just about everything. We do have Dream trying his best here, but, like, he has no advantages, none whatsoever. He's slower on all his bases, hasn't even started 3-3, whereas TY is almost halfway done on that. Even if he stays alive here for a while, what does he do next?
I mean, he won 2 small fights because TY's army was split in 2, so he had like 20% more units on both fights, so he kind of got a better exchange on both of those, but it didn't do enough. His economy is weaker. I don't know what the siege tank count is, but that's something else I'd like to look at, because I feel like he may have more tanks, and that might be like one thing he has here. I think that TY just has an overwhelming amount of Marines. I mean, just looking at the production tab right now, he's got, you know, 12 at a time coming out here. 3-3 is going to be done for TY first. And, I mean, we're looking for opportunities here. We're trying to play devil's advocate, but the reality is in front of us.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. He needs to really get things done. All right, here he goes. I mean,
another small victory.
Yeah, and enough small victories equals a big victory, so we'll see if he can continue this. Look, he grabbed a couple more siege tanks. That's great.
Yeah, he wants to get these two, but he's not going to get those, yeah.
But TY is kind of like just spreading, man. He's taking that other high ground base. He's moving through the center of the map. Dream has to be really careful here. Yeah. He can't be losing really anything because he is so far behind.
Loses a few more Marines there. I guess the only thing that I feel is somewhat of a weakness of what TY is doing, or maybe the reason why he's doing this, I should say is he's not attacking. He didn't capitalize on his advantage. I think the one thing he was scared of is maybe like a base trade scenario where maybe he doesn't have vision of exactly where the drop is and he loses his production and loses control of his main. But now he's finally confident enough, now that he's maxed out, to move across. Like, he's got a 50 Marine lead. So what I was saying about the tanks earlier is not 100% accurate, but they're even on tanks. He just has so many Marines that it may not matter.
Yeah, and he has 3-3 at this point against the 2-2, so he has a little window where that's reality, which is nice. But if you look at the way that he moves his units around the map as well, don't forget early on he was containing with 2 tanks, right? Kind of keeping Dream all in the same area. And now we just see him moving back and forth with medium-sized armies, keeping Dream locked in. This is actually positionally, this is some of the most beautiful play I've ever seen by TY. Look at the sensor towers working out. Look at the way that he's expanded. Look at the red dots that you see. This guy is in complete control in every way. He knows everything that's happening at every moment.
He's like before an airplane takes off, the pilot has to do a bunch of routine checks. He's looked at everything that could lose him the game. He's done the check, and he's like, okay, I know every single thing that could go wrong. I've filled all the holes, and now I can move across the map safely because I know that there's no way you can hit me because I see the whole map. I have all the vision. And, Dream, this is the closest they've been in supply in a long time, and he's still not able to save his CC, not able to take a positive exchange. His 3-3 is only just now finishing, so late, so behind.
TY is just everywhere, man. This is crazy. His production is off the hook. His economy is just completely better. His map awareness here is great. It's been pushed back a little bit by Dream, which is good. But just pushing back the map awareness isn't enough. He needs to capitalize upon that and get into a position where TY is weak.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the ways to do this would be to try to catch and ambush him with siege tanks like he might be trying to set up for right now. He doesn't have vision of where TY's army is, though, so it's hard to actually do this. See, that was an opportunity there, but he missed it because he doesn't have vision. TY scans, and he's going to be the one who actually takes the initiative here.
Look at these moves by TY, just really on top of his 2 medevacs, still kind of harassing that right-hand side of the map as well.
It looks like what Dream is trying to do is always be unloaded first to stifle the movement so he can catch up and have a max versus max fight. This is a good move.
Yeah.
He gets a tank.
That's a really great move. This is exactly the type of move that he has to repeat over and over and over and over if he's going to win this game.
Yeah, he has to do this 12 more times to maybe even almost be even.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the mechanics I was, highlighting in Dream's play. He knows how to take these fights. He's so good with his siege tanks and medevacs. He's very, very strong in that regard. But TY is just filling all the potential holes again. He's getting +3 is now finished for his tanks. He's going to have building armor and extra orbitals so he can throw SCVs away so that he can have a stronger army. He's going to stop this base from mining, may even kill it if Dream doesn't respond.
I gotta say, Dream is doing his damnedest to come back in this game. Of course, TY is ahead in every way, like we've been talking about, but the closer we get to max, the more of a chance Dream has. He's catching up in upgrades. His army supply will end up being superior because he's lost so many SCVs and TY has so many bases.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Dream is... he's really fighting for it here. He does not want to go out 0-3.
He's evened up the supplies, in fact. Their army supply is actually in his favor because of the SCVs you were talking about. All right, here we go. He's going to actually lose a chunk of Marines here. No capitalization on the siege tank positioning. But he's coming for a flank now, coming back towards his base. If all these Marines are out of position, he could go from the right side. He does not, though. Just going to siege up at his base.
Yeah, looks like Dream coming in here with all of his siege tanks, picking off as many Marines as he can. He might actually be able to... yeah, at least force this out, it looks like.
He wanted to flank, but I guess he doesn't commit in time. Now going to go up for this hard engage, and there's the flank. He's going to catch a lot of TY siege tanks.
Yeah, and he does get quite a few there. Now, this is still okay for TY. He can trade at a slight deficit because he's been mining more forever. So that is definitely something to take into consideration here. But he can't do it for too long.
Look at his aggressive placement of that watchtower in the middle of the map. Like that sensor tower is just like, no, I mean, anything you do, any movement you make, I see you. You know, this is a fight that Dream looks like he wants to commit to. He's going to go in. Tanks being dropped here. TY picks up and backs off to his tanks. And this is an overextension, I feel, for Dream.
Well, Dream is trying to get something done. He's got a great spread of Marines, and we actually don't have the beef of Marines here to stop him.
Yeah, and those no siege up on those tanks in the back for TY. Dream takes a huge supply lead now, but he needs to do something with it right now. He needs to capitalize on this moment.
He truly does. This is, I love that TY is harassing a little bit over there right now, trying to keep Dream from running in and getting that damage done. Look at this, he's finding some of these command centers, boosting in with his medevacs, with those siege tanks. This is going to be hard for TY to fight back from.
Yeah. Even with building armor on that planetary, I'm not sure he'll be able to save it. The small drop will kill an orbital, but that's not as important as what Dream is looking to do here. 12 tanks to 8 right now. That's really where his slight supply lead comes from, is the extra siege tanks. Yeah, gonna lose one here.
And look at this, Dream with 14 medevacs, 11 siege tanks against 7 medevacs, 8 siege tanks. Do the math. He's got a more powerful force, a more mobile force.
Yeah, that mobility is going to be powerful, and it's already got him here. His tanks can move more than the tanks of TY can, so he can be more aggressive. He can do moves like this. Because if there's a big siege in, he can actually just position his tanks exactly where they need to be. He sees this move as well, so he can set up defensively at home. Looks like Dream is actually playing a little bit shy here. He's actually going to back off and try to catch this army on the map. This is not going to be a good fight. This is going to be TY's fight, I'd say. Well, more reinforcements come, maybe not.
Look at this. TY is not really, like, mining all that much still. Both of their economies are really tanking, and Dream has a bit more army supply. So this is really important for him. If he keeps this initiative and keeps getting in these positions where, look, TY was winning. He was doing a great job when he had complete vision of what was going on. He was maneuvering around the map with little chunks of army, making sure he kept Dream kind of tucked in. But Dream now has this advantage, and TY has to run around and try to put out all these little fires. It's very tough for him.
Yeah, that base over there at the bottom right is scouted. I think that's actually finished, ready, floated it. If he's starting a base over there, that's pretty smart. Okay, we're going to see another engage. Tanks coming from the left side, and whoever drops him first is going to get an edge here in the tank fight, and that's actually going to be Dream. He's got this Marine support, and TY's out of position to defend this orbital.
Wow, that is a lot of damage from those Marines right there, and you know, the thing is, maybe TY can close in and kill this army. If he were to kill off this army somewhat cost efficiently, he can definitely go across the map and win the game, but look at that positioning. That is very tough to kill.
It's on top of the production. He has to win this fight. He has to wreck this fight if he wants to come back in this game. He's looking to try for it. He's got a lot of Marines here, but they just can't fight against a siege up position on top of the ramp. They can't get in here.
Oh man, he's going to have to do something. He does stem his Marines forward, tries to hit there from the low ground, but I don't think he really has enough left over. And Dream might be able to take it.
His army supply is smaller. Where's the rest of TY's army? It's coming from the middle of the map. I see it now. It's coming. If he can get it all together and crush this army, he gets back into this game. Here he goes, chasing away, and Dream stays only the last second. And here's a stem and chasing here, but it looks like with a boost, he should be able to win.
Whoa! He runs out of his boost. Beautiful micro there by TY, picking off so many of the medevacs. Wow.
Dream just lost half of his army. He lost half of his siege tanks there.
TY was on the ropes for a couple minutes there. Like, I am getting nerd chills right now from how well Dream fought back. Like, TY had complete control, advantages in every single way, but was so scrappy at staying alive and then started to really fight back when TY was trading a little bit inefficiently. I mean, what a game this one is.
It's still not over yet. The economy is way better for Dream. The production tab tells the story. He has way more production. But if TY doesn't realize this, that's a problem, because then he's going to actually catch up an army. He's 20 Marines down right now. He's 5 tanks down. But he's stopping some of TY's mining. He's keeping TY off him, because Dream also knows, I have the better economy. I want you to stay back and defend, and I'm going to build up an army that's better than yours. Then I can beat you in a straight-up fight. Some more harassment coming down here for TY as well, but it should be staved off.
Now, it looks like he will push it out, but hey, every time you do that, lost mining time, lost SCVs, a little bit more damage on the command center, eventually these things do pop. So I love what both these guys are doing, trying to harass each other's remaining bases because that economy is so weak right now.
And you were talking a lot about TY's late game prowess, his decision making, how smart he is. But what I've seen a lot in this game is one of his weaknesses is his lack of confidence to commit while ahead. He was ahead in
that's
army.
Well said.
He was ahead earlier. Instead of attacking and trying to do some real serious damage, like a big drop or a snipe on a base, he's like, well, just make 4 more sentry towers and 4 more orbitals. But he's not confident enough to commit when he's ahead. And this timing window where Dream has literally double the economy. Look at the income tab to the top, right?
Yeah.
He's been double the economy, and because TY didn't take his army advantage and use it, Dream catches up in supply now and actually takes a lead, and he's about to catch up on that army supply as well.
Absolutely couldn't have said it better myself there, Wolf. Like, that is exactly what we see. When he is ahead, he's trying to get more ahead, which, you know, I mean, that is a fine way to play, but he didn't ever try to really kill Dream. He gave Dream a long time to try to fight back, and Dream, being the caliber of player that he is, has fought back, and this game is super close once again.
It could be anyone's game.
Yeah.
I like this. A lot of add-ons being sniped here by TY. It's going to really limit the Marine production. This is something I would have liked to see earlier. In fact, he's going to win this fight as well. Going to force a reaction from Deem. And when Dream moves back to defend this, he can hit that 4th base to the bottom, the one that's just below the main. Oh, he's looking for the Doom drop now. Dream sees it. Oh, he doesn't commit.
He just barely doesn't get that medevac. Wow.
He's shy on these commitments. You know, he doesn't commit there with that huge drop. As soon as his opponent sees it, he's like, nah, not even going to risk it.
This is kind of tough, right? That bottom right base is pretty important for TY, but it's so far out there, he can't really commit to defending. The best he can do is stay aggressive to keep it alive.
All right, here comes the commitment. This time he goes into the main. This is all of the production of Dream.
There is not that many siege tanks here for TY. He's got 4 of them, so this is something that can be cleaned up, but the amount of damage he's outputting is going to kill most of this production before Dream can do anything.
All right, a few more medevacs to the left side did get picked up for Dream. He's bringing his tanks, and he wants to surround and crush this army. And he's not doing it just yet. He's losing all his production. He's being a bit shy to commit to attacking here, and that's going to cost him big.
This is tough. He's already set up in a nice position. Look at this. Oh, man, that's a lot of supply depots, and that is a lot of buildings taken down as well. TY is starting to really pull ahead with that nice draw, but he's going to lose a base while doing it.
Yep, and also going to lose a lot of mining over here. In fact, may lose 2 bases while doing so.
Dream's mining is pretty good right now, but he can't produce very much. TY stimming into the center. Uh-oh, this is really bad news right now for Dream. He has to back up. He needs some more units to come down to help save these siege tanks. Oh, but they do get picked off.
And that's the vision control that TY has. It allows him to do this. That's why Dream makes this mistake, because he doesn't have the vision. He doesn't know where the army of TY is. He was kind of moving across the map almost somewhat randomly, looking for damage, and gets caught as a result. 29 SCVs went down, though, and TY is down to 10 harvesters. So if Dream can hold on with all this new production he just built, he can catch up again. We're like in the same sort of situation we were in before.
Well, I mean, this time TY has to go for it. He's got no economy. He realizes that there's absolutely no reason for him to wait. If he can't kill him now, there will never be a better time.
Dream's going to try to slow this down, though. He's setting up a cross in the middle of the map here, going to try to slow him down, force him to siege up as many times as he can so he can get that production with the better economy he has.
All right, here we go. This should be just about the final battle. TY stimming for it, getting into Dream's space. Dream siege tanks getting some value there, but it is not enough, and GG. Wow.
A very close back and forth game there. TY, it turns out maybe the best way to commit, or the thing to get TY to commit is when he has no economy, none. And then he does a great engage to finish the game.
Wow, that was a sick game. Really back and forth. And definitely, I do agree with you. TY doesn't necessarily try to finish you off. So I think that out of all those games, that is going to be the one that is most valuable for Cure to study and try to see if he can use that against TY in some way during their match.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like we're going to jump into an interview here in just a moment with our winner. And I guess we look at the results for just a second first. Dust Towers, Orbital Shipyard, Ruins of Ceres. We don't even go to Sky Shield or Rakshir, our GSL maps. TY takes them out 3-0, and your prediction does come true.
Yeah, you know what? I actually really enjoyed this series. Well, I enjoyed that last game a lot. It was a good night of GSL, but what are you going to do, man? 3-1, 3-0. Hopefully Friday is going to be a bit closer. Looks like we do have an interview coming up. We'll see Wolf again in a little bit.
Hello, guys.
So jump.
slow jump.
Were you slow jump?
It was actually fast jump this time.
Yeah, no, you were right up here. You knew TY was taking him out.
He was just very good tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say, but he was very good tonight. Very quick win.
This might be our GSL champion coming up, Sojourn.
I know.
GSL 첫 사강입니다.
I don't think I've seen him this good.
네, 감사합니다.
Yeah.
네, 호응에서 오늘 경기력이 느껴지죠?
Let's do it, Sojourn.
Okay.
사실 3경기도 굉장히 유리해가지고
I think I was doing
쉽게 이길
really
줄
well
알았는데
for the third set,
중요하게
and I thought I was
확실히
gonna win.
요즘
I was gonna
잘하는
win,
테란답게
but you know, Dream has a good
너무
turn,
세가지고
and he also didn't back down easily, and I thought I was gonna lose.
3세트에서 이 벤시 견제로
The
굉장히
Banshee harassment, and he had it good for himself, TY, but he almost lost it.
사실 벤시로 좀 견제를 많이 하고
Well,
나서
I did so with the Banshees, and I thought I won.
조금씩 역전의 그런 발판이 되지 않았나 생각하고요.
And
확실히 좀 2대0으로 앞서고 있다고.
And I was in lead with 2-0, so and I kind of got relaxed, but I shouldn't do that. And Dream mentioned, you know, he expects games like yesterday, like losing.
공성전차 위주로 찍으면서 길게 봤다면 2세트는 또 이제 전진 병영을 통한 사신
The first set,
기회였잖아요.
tanks. Second set was proxy barracks.
어제 진 거는 프로토스전이라서 완전.
Well, yesterday I lost. It was because of TVP. It's a different situation.
예전부터 좀
But TVT, I had really good winning rates, and I have good winning rates for practice.
1세트에서 사실 굉장히 보급고를 일찍부터 열심히 지으시더라고요.
네.
He had really good building of
좀
supply
최근에 걸리는 것들이
depots.
있었나 봐요.
요즘 갑자기
Recently,
또 다시 막히더라고요.
I've been having a hard time building supply depots. They've been blocked. It just happens a lot in competitions, tournaments, but not in practice sessions. So I will try to make up for it for next GSL for tournaments.
일찍부터 그 보급고를 짓는 움직임이 나왔는데 사실 이렇게 되면 생산 건물이나 업그레이드 건물이 좀 늦을 수밖에 없잖아요.
Well, this
그래서
will
오늘도
lead to
1세트에서
late buildings.
1, 1업도 훨씬 빨랐거든요.
Because Dream was really fast with the 1-1 upgrades.
처음에 좀 노려서
And
빨리
TY says I had fast medevacs, and well, I should have had fast medevacs. And my marine was shown, and I wasn't be able to do what I wanted to do. And I was thinking that I was on the bad
오늘
side.
조중현 선수를 2, 3세트에서 이동하는 이 탱류선을 폭사시키는 장면이 계속해서 연구 나왔어요.
And TY was shown, seen killing all the medevac for medevacs with the tanks for Dream.
잡을 거는 역전할 수 있는 방법은 의료선 커트밖에 없다고
Well, I knew that that was the only way I could win, cutting all the medevacs, you know.
생각을 해서 미리 병력 배치를 한 게
So I placed the Marines on purpose,
잘한 것 같아요.
and that kind of worked out really well.
느껴졌었어요.
Well, we could feel the concentration more than ever.
놀라운 집중력이 빛이 났는데 이제 4강이거든요.
And now it's semifinals, guys.
제가 4강에서 한번
Is that right?
무너져본 기억이 있어가지고 그때 좀 충격을 많이 알거든요. 그래서 이번에는 꼭 열심히 해서
Well, this time I want to try really hard and make it to finals. CodeS.
상대 김도욱 선수를 넘어야 하거든요.
He has to overcome Cure.
사실 오늘 도우기가 냉정하게 말해서 질 줄 알았어요.
You know, I thought Cure would lose. I'm sorry, Cure. I thought you would lose tonight.
올라가는 거 보고
But you know, he made it up, so I was kind of surprised.
태태전이라고 방심하지
So,
않고
but I won't.
열심히 준비해야 될
I
것
will
같아요.
still try to prepare hard,
9년 만에
even though it's TBT.
네.
It's been 9 years, I think,
굉장히 좋아하실 것 같아요. 팬분들께 한마디.
since he's been to semifinals.
큰 기회가 온 것 같은데
This is
또 기회
a big
잡아가지고
opportunity for me,
서도록
and I will make it to
감사합니다.
finals. Thank
자,
you.
이렇게 제8게임
So guys, I have to mention there's going to be finals for May 1st
축하드립니다.
on Sunday, 5 p.m. Samsung CodeS Auditorium. You guys will be getting StarCraft 2 Starting Hammer badge, final card, and hot sticks for everyone. So come down to CodeS Auditorium, and I will be handing this over to Wolf, and you guys can close it off.
Thank you so much, Sojourn. Fantastically done. All right, I'm back. All right, welcome back.
You know, we could have, if Tasia wins this, which is very unlikely, right? But we've had a lot of